Hello Karkaza fans, this is Lilia. I am the vocalist, guitarist, and lyrics writer for Karkaza, and today I'm gonna go over with you our second full-length album, Time Has Come, and I'll talk to you about what each of the tracks is all about. So starting with number 1, Varna. So Varna is the piano intro, nothing but piano on this track, about a minute and a half. Varna is a coastal city in Bulgaria, which is my family's home country. And if you see the music video to the song, we used a lot of coastal imagery, because that's what Varna is, a coastal city in Bulgaria. And the melody and harmony to that track is based on a Bulgarian folk song. Okay, so track number 2, 2020. This was an extremely fun song to make a music video to, and very fun to write the lyrics to as well. So I based the lyrics off of being from the point of view of the coronavirus. So it's like the coronavirus itself is talking to you. It's saying, I have arrived to destroy. I plant the fear into your mind, spreading death, suffocating, attack inside body and mind. So it's about how the coronavirus is talking to you, trying to scare you. It's about how that fear was just controlling society that entire year, and still is to a large extent. And when we were making the music video to the song, each of us band members pitched in our own ideas, so we ended up showing not just the COVID-19 pandemic, but all the other major social, political, economic, and environmental issues in that year 2020. And it was just ironic how they all had to do with those ideas of spreading death and spreading fear into people's minds. So even though the lyrics were about the coronavirus talking to you, all the other major conflicts in the year 2020 were consistent with those types of ideas. So it would be really cool, watch the music video and listen carefully to the lyrics to see how all of that relates to those ideas like spreading death and planting fear into the minds of the masses. Very interesting stuff. I think we're all happy to put the year 2020 behind us, so let's talk about track 3, Point Blank. So Point Blank is about getting into the mind of a criminal mass shooter as he is planning his attack. So it's not about the shooting itself, it's about what is going through his mind as he's planning the attack. And you'll see that in the music video as well. The killer doesn't actually go through the attack, but it's about getting into his mind and seeing him increase in his tension, insanity, getting ready to go for it. So that is what Point Blank is about. I came up with the lyrics for it by reading a lot of articles about mass shootings, particularly the ones where the shooters themselves talk about their motives or what happened leading up to it, to just see how someone goes from anger to more and more tension to the point where they explode and take it out on everyone else. So it's terrible when that happens, but it's a very pervasive issue in the United States for the last 10 years especially. So that is what Point Blank was written about. Track number 4, Scourges. This one was inspired by all that crazy tension leading up to the 2020 election. So the opening lines are 2 wings on the same bird, left and right are one creature. So yeah, that is our take on all the madness leading up to that 2020 election, man. Okay, and go ahead and watch the lyric video to that song, make of it whatever you want, but that's what it was based on. Track number 5, Gold. This one was my favorite to write the lyrics to because this is just very meaningful to me, and a lot of other people have said that this song holds a lot of meaning to them. Because what the lyrics are about are when you're just in a devastating, bleak, hopeless situation. You have absolutely no idea how you're gonna get out of it, like you see no way out of this, yet you're driven to keep going just by this deep feeling under your skin that there is something more out there for you. So it's when everything looks hopeless, but you just feel it in your bones that you have a purpose, and that's what gold is in this song. I will find my gold. means that I will find that purpose for my life no matter what. So this song was inspired by something that is, you don't ever hear about this in metal, but it was inspired by rescued dogs, especially dogs who are rescued from puppy mills, dog meat farms, and other highly abusive situations that animals are subjected to. I read about their stories and watched a lot of videos on them, and I was just so inspired by how they epitomize when everything around you just looks horrible and you have no reason to think that anything can ever be good in life, and what reason is there to live or think anything is ever going to be good. But they survive their situations by feeling in their bones that there is something more, and their life really does have some sort of purpose that they're determined to find. Also because I feel like they have hearts of gold. Track number 6, Spiral Descent. This track is sort of on the same token as Point Blank in that it's about someone descending into madness and complete insanity. Well, the difference is that Point Blank is about a violent killer, whereas Spiral Descent is not specifically about a violent attacker. It's just about someone who feels like they are just drifting further and further into complete insanity, and they think that they have no way of getting back from it. So like, as the chorus says, "Let me go, you won't fix me. I will descend until the end." It's about exactly that, when someone feels like they're just so far gone that they can't be saved or brought back from their insanity. This one was partially inspired by the character in The Joker in his latest film, because just watching that movie I felt like he was a representation of someone who's just slipping into madness and not even trying to find a way out, but rather just letting himself go more and more into this spiral descent, because he feels like that is who he is now. So that's what the character in Spiral Descent is all about. Track number 7, Burn It Down. This is a very empowering song. One big gesture of power in this song is that in the middle of the song, the bridge is nothing but a solid 21-second scream. Yes, I really did do that, scream for 21 seconds solid. I did it 3 times and we layered them. And that I felt was just like a big gesture of power in that song. And that was extremely fun to do, by the way. It was really, really fun to do that. And the lyrics in the song Burn It Down are about when someone is trying to break you down for their own personal gain. They're trying to degrade you because it makes them feel better. It's like a typical abusive or bully type. But then you say that no matter what someone else says, I won't let you change how I feel about myself. So it's about, insisting on holding on to your feeling of self-worth and value no matter what anyone else tries to do to break you down, and not letting anyone take that away from you. So that's what Burn It Down is all about. I feel like it's a very self-empowering track. Track number 8, Jigsaw. It is based on the main character from the Saw franchise. I put together the lyrics by just reading famous iconic quotes from the Saw franchise films. So if you've seen any of them, you'll probably recognize a lot of the paraphrased quotes and subject matter. So I thought that Jigsaw was an extremely interesting character to dive into because he really is one of the greatest self-taught psychologists of all time, and the way that he was so good at getting into people's heads and understanding the human mind and how to test people's will to live has made him an extremely interesting character to work with. Track number 9, Temporary Insanity. This track is about blinding rage and how that can make someone look completely insane. So if you know those kinds of people where the second they get a little bit angry, they just completely explode and go into this blinding rage where they lose all sense of logic and reasoning, well, that's what temporary insanity is about. Someone who is just so far gone into their rage, they're not even trying to control themselves, they're just being a slave to their own anger. And the narrator of this song, kind of similar to the narrator in Burn It Down, just saying like, no matter what crazy and range bullshit you say, I'm not gonna let you take away my own sense of value. So both of those tracks are very self-empowering and about not letting anyone take your own worth away from you. And then track number 10, the very last one on the album, is called My Religion. It's not specifically about religion in the usual sense of the word religion. The music video to this song shows us and the band hitting the road, playing our music, and just insisting on living for what we know is meaningful for us. So that is what the song My Religion is all about. It's about insisting on doing what you know is valuable to yourself, not letting anyone try to take that away from you. The chorus, it goes, say what you want, this is my religion. Yeah, that's exactly what it's all about. You know, not hearing what you're supposed to do, but doing what you know you have to for yourself. So we are extremely proud of this album and really excited to make our next album next year. So as we draw close to the year 2021, we at the Karkaza family, we want to wish you all a wonderful new year, and we are extremely excited to see all of you at our shows in 2022. So everyone, have an awesome, amazing new year, and we look forward to what's coming for us next year.